Welcome everyone! Today, we're delving into the complex dynamics of Prince Harry's life, especially focusing on his relationship with Meghan Markle and the impact it has had on his ties with his family. There's a saying in French, "He who believes his wife too much will regret it in the end." This might resonate with Harry's current situation. It's not to say Harry is entirely blameless, but there's a growing narrative that Meghan has been a significant influence in his perception of mistreatment by his family. The decision to step back from royal duties, famously termed Megxit, has been a turning point. Almost 4 years later, it's evident that Harry is struggling. His demeanor suggests loneliness and a sense of depression, hinting at a desire to return to his roots. However, as long as Meghan remains by his side, a reunion with the royal family seems unlikely. Harry's autobiography, Spare, offers a window into his mental state, and it's quite concerning. He appears to be troubled by past events, often seeing himself as a victim, a perspective seemingly exacerbated by Meghan's influence. Harry always had certain insecurities, perhaps a hint of envy towards his brother, Prince William, and a complex relationship with his royal status. Yet, before Meghan, there seemed to be a level of acceptance and peace, particularly in his close bond with William and Catherine. The crux of the matter lies in the what-if. Had Harry's life taken a different turn, perhaps with a different partner, would things have been different? This is a question that continues to spark debates and discussions. The transformation in Harry's life and mindset post-Meghan's entrance is a subject of much speculation and analysis. Let's take a closer look at Prince Harry's life, particularly after his move to the United States with Meghan Markle. There's a stark contrast between his life in Britain and now in Montecito. In the UK, Harry was surrounded by a strong circle of friends and a supportive family network. However, the narrative that's been building suggests that Meghan, viewed by some as having narcissistic traits, sought to isolate Harry from these influences, perceiving them as threats to her control. As a result, Harry's connections with his loved ones weakened significantly. Despite this, there's a consistent buzz about Harry's longing to return home, especially during festive seasons like Christmas. The question arises, is Meghan the barrier to this reconciliation? While there are reports hinting at Meghan's interest in mending ties with the royal family, likely influenced by her agency WME's advice, it seems more plausible that Harry is the driving force behind these reconciliation efforts. Meghan, known for her independent and assertive nature, doesn't seem inclined to heed advice, even from her agents. Meghan's confidence in her own abilities and her belief in self-sufficiency might be reasons she doesn't feel compelled to reconnect with the royal family. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield, in an interview with GB News, expressed similar views. She believes Harry is genuinely missing his family and the life he left behind in the UK. However, Meghan appears to have no interest in returning to Britain to mend fences. Observing Harry's public appearances alongside Meghan, especially in more glamorous settings, one can't help but notice his discomfort. This isn't the world Harry thrives in. Recalling Harry's own words, his happiest times were when he was in rural Africa, engaged in meaningful work with people and wildlife conservation. His current life in the celebrity limelight seems far removed from those fulfilling experiences. Diving deeper into Prince Harry's transition from the UK to Montecito with Meghan Markle, it's evident that his current lifestyle is a far cry from his past. Remember the days when Harry was actively involved in philanthropy, like building wells and engaging in hands-on, physical work? That's a stark contrast to his life now in Montecito, which, according to some reports, mostly involves idling away time, occasionally interrupted by public appearances at events where he seems visibly out of place. Christmas time seems to be particularly hard for Harry. It's a season that underscores all that he has left behind, especially the lively family gatherings with the royals. Kinsey Schofield, a royal expert, pointed out that Harry might be feeling a profound sense of loneliness and missing the festive chaos of royal Christmases. On the other hand, Meghan's motivations seem to be more financially driven, according to Schofield's analysis. Meghan's intent to reconnect with the royal family is speculated to be less about personal relationships and more about maintaining her status and financial opportunities. Without her royal connections, it's believed that her prospects in the entertainment industry are limited. This is a crucial point considering her background as an actress and the high expectations set upon leaving the royal family. The idea was to succeed independently, but as time has shown, their journey in Hollywood hasn't been as triumphant as anticipated. Almost 4 years post-Megxit, the couple's struggle to find their footing in the entertainment world is becoming increasingly apparent, despite being presented with numerous opportunities. Let's unpack the situation Harry and Meghan find themselves in Hollywood. Despite being offered numerous chances, it seems they haven't quite hit the mark with any of them. This leaves them in a tough spot, especially when considering their strained relationship with the royal family. It's a relationship they seemingly need to leverage for their career, yet Meghan's aversion to the royals complicates matters. Kinsey Schofield commented on this, suggesting Meghan wanted to use the royal platform for fame or infamy. But, as it stands, her chances to capitalize on that platform might be over. Meghan's inability to adapt to the royal hierarchy and her subsequent decision with Harry to move to Los Angeles has not yielded the results they hoped for. Contrasting this scenario are reports like the one from Us Weekly, claiming that Harry and Meghan are in high demand in Hollywood, even predicting 2024 as their year of redemption. These reports paint a picture of surprise at Meghan's popularity, but there's a disconnect here. If their demand is as high as stated, why are there no significant deals being announced? Moreover, the narrative of a feud between Harry, Meghan, and the royal family is often overstated. It appears more as a one-sided situation, with Harry and Meghan's public criticisms of the royals met with a kind of passive response, often referred to as grey rocking. The royal family, it seems, is not engaging in a back-and-forth battle, but rather maintaining a stance of non-reactivity. This dynamic further complicates the couple's position in both the public eye and their professional endeavors. 2024 is shaping up to be a pivotal year for Harry and Meghan, affectionately termed the grifters by some. The big question on everyone's mind is whether Harry will continue to follow Meghan's lead or if he'll assert more independence in his decisions. Another intriguing aspect of their story involves their children, often humorously referred to as the invisible children. The curiosity is rampant. Will they stay in California with Meghan, or might Harry wish to bring them back to the UK? And then, of course, there are the lingering questions about their birth and whether surrogacy was involved. The full story remains shrouded in mystery. Let's switch gears and talk about the vacation story I recently covered, titled Where's Archie? Sussex head for tropical Vaki, but seemed to forget one of the kids. The photos from this trip, published on a Costa Rican website, raised more questions than answers. One photo supposedly showing Archie in a golf cart with Harry sparked a debate due to the child's size, not quite what you'd expect from a 4-year-old. And then there's the matter of the child supposedly being Invisibet, carried by Meghan in another shot. These inconsistencies keep fueling the speculation about the Sussex children. Now, let's dive into some of your comments on this topic. Lexi Tex brought up an interesting point about the trip, questioning the logistics of Archie's preschool arrangements and how that fits into the Sussex family's travel plans. It's clear that the public's fascination with Harry and Meghan's personal life, especially regarding their children, continues to grow, with each new appearance or lack thereof adding to the ongoing narrative. Let's delve into some intriguing questions raised by our viewers about Harry and Meghan's children. Lexi Tex brought up a valid point. If there are issues with preschool documents for Archie, how could they possibly have arranged passports for international travel? Sharon offered a rather bold response, suggesting that the children might not even exist. This leads to further speculation. Some have theorized that Archie might have a disability, which could explain the secrecy around him. There's also been increasing chatter about Lilibet, or Lily Bucks as some have nicknamed her, potentially being positioned as the golden child in the future. This, of course, raises questions about Archie's role or artificial, as he's been humorously termed. And amidst all this, there's still debate over whether these children are truly Meghan's biological offspring. Assuming they do exist and Archie was indeed born in the UK, the logistics of his travel to the US would have necessitated a passport. The specifics of such documents are a topic of curiosity and confusion. Adding to the mystery, there have been claims from Costa Rica that only Meghan and Harry were seen disembarking from their private jet, with no sign of the children. This mirrors the situation reported during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, where the couple was said to have traveled without their children. The discrepancies between these observations and the couple's public narrative are puzzling. Finally, a comment from ET2XC echoes a sentiment of sympathy for Invisibad and Artificial, the so-called Invisi kids, who are rarely seen in public with their parents. This ongoing curiosity and concern about the children's existence and well-being continue to be a topic of great interest and speculation among the public. Exploring the comments from our viewers, there's a lot of concern and humor intertwined with the speculation about Harry and Meghan's children. The conversation veers from serious to satirical, with references to the children as Invisibad and Artificial, and the couple themselves receiving playful nicknames like the Carparkles and the Harkles. There's a sense that their popularity has waned significantly, as noted by comments like "even Snake Island doesn't want them." Lean One's reaction, "Lie brows, haha," reflects the amusement shared by many in response to the creative nicknaming, while Patrick's use of bullseyes suggests agreement with these sentiments. Georgian's comment, "Endgame, it's about time," signifies the perceived decline in the couple's public image. There's also a palpable sense of concern for the welfare of the children, if indeed they are living with Meghan and Harry. Some viewers, like myself, find themselves hoping that the children's existence is just speculation, given the alleged dysfunction in the Sussex household. The discussion about Doria, Meghan's mother, also comes into play, with suggestions that she's part of the dynamic that shaped Meghan's character. Thomas Markle's relationship with Meghan adds another layer to the narrative. His desire to see his grandchildren is seen as a sign of concern for their well-being, especially in light of his strained relationship with his daughter and his past comments about her health history. Jellybean917's observation about the child's hair texture not resembling Meghan's natural hair adds to the mystery and skepticism. These comments showcase the intense public scrutiny and the myriad of theories that continue to swirl around Harry, Meghan, and their family life. Continuing our deep dive into viewer comments, there's a lively debate about the genetics of Harry and Meghan's children. Rhea chimed in, discussing the dominance of curly, or as she refers to it, nappy hair, over other hair types, suggesting that it's still possible for Meghan to be the genetic mother despite the children's hair appearance. However, Jellybean firmly disagrees, convinced that the child in question isn't Meghan's. This leads us to a broader discussion about genetics and hair color. The mystery deepens when considering the likelihood of both children having red hair, given that it's a recessive gene. The child referred to as Invisible appears to have blonde hair, which only adds to the confusion. The discrepancy in hair texture is also a point of contention, given that both Harry and Meghan have curly hair, a dominant trait. These observations have led to speculation that Meghan and Harry might have used a surrogate, potentially selecting one with blonde hair to increase the likelihood of their child having the same. This theory fits into the narrative that Meghan intends to present Lilibet as a sort of modern-day Diana figure. The discussion then veers into the sensitive topic of race, with some viewers suggesting that Meghan's own preoccupations with race and her allegations of racism within the royal family might be ironic or misplaced. Kate London 54 offers a poignant reflection, suggesting that it might be more beneficial for Harry and Meghan's public image to come clean about the true nature of their children's birth and parentage. This transparency could potentially alleviate some of the speculation and controversy that currently surrounds them.